Hey everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope you are wherever you're watching from. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from. It's an evening or morning. Welcome to the stream. And today we have a stream on leveling up your career, whether it's career through open source, through contributions or open source programs like the LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship, or through LFX Mentorships, outreach, GSOC, and so on and so forth. So today's discussion is about how you can upskill as a student, as a working professional, and how you can leverage these opportunities. So for that, we have two amazing ex-mentees of LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship, the Contributions Academy program we had, Suyan Im and Jemin So. So we are going to talk about that with them. So with that, I'll hand it over to Suyan and Jemin to take it over. Could you introduce yourselves, Suyan and Jemin, and then we'll get started?
Okay. I go first. My name is Suyeon Im, and I'm computer engineering student in Korea. And recently, I become a LitmusChaos member, and that's it.
Next.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Jemin.
Okay. Hello, my name is Jaemin So, and I'm working as backend engineer in AI company. And now I'm a member of Litmus Chaos. Thank you.
Awesome. Sounds good. Let's get started. Suyan, take it over.
Okay, I will share my screen. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the LitmusChaos YouTube Live. Today, Jamin and I will be sharing our experiences and insights on leveraging career growth, LFX mentorship, and open source with LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship. My name is Suyeon Im, and I'm a member of LitmusChaos. I'm currently studying computer engineering. Joining me is Jamin, who is also a LitmusChaos member and works as a backend engineer at a AI service company. In this presentation, I will be focusing on the LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship Program, while Jamin will be diving into Java SDK, including a live coding session. We encourage you to stay tuned until the end. I'll be presenting on leveling up your career open source contribution with LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship. Here is the agenda. Let's start by exploring why and how we can contribute to open source. Contributing to open source can offer several advantages. It provides opportunities for technical growth through running new technologies and problem solving. It can enhance your portfolio by providing hands-on experience and showcasing your contributions. And it allows you to expand your network through collaboration with developers and receiving feedback. So, how can you begin to contribute to open source? LitmusChaos, a leading chaos engineering tool, provides various ways to contribute with a strong focus on mentorship programs. Two notable mentorship opportunities are the LFX Mentorship and LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship. Currently, the LFX Mentorship is recruiting in CI/CD, tutorials, and observability areas. We encourage you to explore these opportunities. San will be providing more information on the LFX Mentorship. And I'd like to share my experience with the LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship, which I participated in as a mentee last year. So, what is LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship? The LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship is an annual summer program designed to foster new contributors through mentorship by experienced open source professionals in Korea. Mentors and mentees collaborate on open source projects, gaining practical experience and strengthening skills. Last year, the program consisted of 1 mentor and 20 mentees. Our mentor, Namgyu Park, is a maintainer of LitmusChaos and a CNCF ambassador. The mentees came from a variety of background, ages, and professions. Look at all the activity photos we have. During the mentorship, we engaged in various activities, including offline and online meetups, LitmusChaos contributor calls, and conferences like LitmusChaos Con. Thanks to the active participation of mentors and mentees, we contributed to various areas. Main contribution areas were Java SDK, observability, and Chaos Vault. Jamin will cover the Java SDK in detail, so I will focus on observability and Chaos Vault. Jaeyeon and I created a new observability tutorial, replacing the outdated monitoring tutorial. This tutorial demonstrates how to inject chaos into a target application called Hotel Demo using Litmus, and then observe the resulting logs, metrics, and traces using OpenTelemetry. We are also working on improving LitmusChaos observability with 5 PRs already created and plans to improve code coverage for observability in LitmusChaos components. In the Chaos Vaults area, Jongwoo completed the RDS instance stop chaos, and Dongyang finished the low-cost roadgen chaos. Both are awaiting merge. Other contributions include reducing resource installation time, developing LitmusChaos API documentation, and adding support for AWS Documents DB as a main database. There were also contributions made in fuzz tests, unit tests, documentation updates, and security audits, and more. Finally, let's take a look at the career growth that was achieved by the mentees through this program. All mentees received special awards for outstanding participation in the LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship. Notably, 4 mentees were welcomed as members of LitmusChaos, a significant step in their open source journey. Through their involvement in the LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship and their open source contributions, these individuals unlocked new career opportunities. That concludes my part of the presentation. Please stay tuned for Jamin's upcoming presentation on the Java SDK. Thank you for your time and attention.
Okay. Hello, I'm Jaemin Seo, a member of LitmusChaos. I also participate as a mentee in the LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship program. Today, I'm excited to introduce the Java SDK, one of the key outcomes of this mentorship. I'm even more thrilled to share it with you because you will soon be able to use this Java SDK. Why did we create the Java SDK? What challenges exist when using LitmusChaos? As you know, this picture represents the overall architecture of Litmus. The LitmusChaos control plane consists of 2 internal servers, an auth server and a backend server. Especially, the backend server uses GraphQL. Now, imagine you need to directly access these internal servers to manage Litmus from your admin application. In that case, you'd have to run GraphQL and refer to the API document for each server. We found this process is inconvenient. So we developed a unified interface for users. With this SDK, users no longer need to run GraphQL or refer to API documentation. Additionally, we built it in Java, one of the most widely used languages, to improve accessibility. When developing the SDK, we consider several technical specifications. In particular, we put a lot of thought into choosing the right skills for GraphQL. As you know, the Litmus GraphQL server provides numerous endpoints. This means we would have to manually create many query and projection classes. Given our limited time, we anticipate that this would be a challenging task, and manually creating them could lead to errors. Fortunately, we discovered that Netflix.js framework offers a code generation feature that automatically creates all of these classes. The mentees who participate in the Java SDK development had no prior experience in developing an SDK. So, what effort did we make? First, we studied various well-designed SDKs. Through this, we gained valuable insights into user-friendly request and response patterns, as well as stable client-side architecture. Additionally, we focus on improving code quality through code reviews. I'm grateful to all the members for their active participation. So, when and how this SDK be used, let's take a look at some use case. Here is an administrator. He wants to add a new team member to Litmus as a user. How can this be done? It's very simple. First, create the Litmus client object, then create the request object containing the user information. For user convenience, we use the builder pattern. Finally, just pass the request object as a parameter to the Litmus client and call it. That's all. The next use case involved a GraphQL server. Here's another administrator who wants to control the execution of a chaos experiment directory from the application. How can they do this? It's simple again. First, create the Litmus class object, then create the query object and a projection root object. The query defines the search condition, where the projection root extracts only the desired field from the result. Finally, pass this object as a parameter to Litmus client and call the appropriate method. You might not fully understand just by looking at the PPT. So let's explore how it can be used in practice through live coding together. Okay, we are going to test some of the features we explored in the previous slides. This page is the LitmusChaos web console. First, we will use the Litmus client to register a user. You can see that there are currently no active users. Next, you are seeing test code, and we will call Litmus client endpoint here. Let's take a closer look step by step. First, there are compute fields when you need to initialize Litmus client. In detail, we need host field and administrator API token. Then, you can create compute class and inject to Litmus client. Now it only supports timeout configurations. Later it will support more configurations. Then create Litmus client. If you don't inject compute class, default options are applied. If you use Spring Framework, you can add this client as Spring Bean. Then, create user class by builder pattern. Finally, you need to call LitmusClass endpoint. I'll call this now. Okay, it works, and okay, you can see live demo user created. Other operations of Litmus can work like this way. Did you understand how to use the SK? We're almost done. You can start using the Java SK as soon as possible. Contributions to the Java SK are always welcome. If you are interested in contributing, please click this link below. This is all the content we prepared. Did you see how the Korea Mentorship contribute to Litmus and help the mentees level up? Most of the mentees were beginners with little knowledge of open source contribution. But now they contribute with confidence. I believe the same will be true for the LFX Mentorship. It's a valuable opportunity that can significantly enhance your career, so I highly encourage you to apply. Thank you for listening.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jimin and Suyen. Just before we head in for the questions, I'd just like to add a quick thing about the LFX mentorships as well. So as you know, currently the LFX mentorships are open and ongoing till the 18th of Feb for applicants to apply, after which we'll do the review. So for those who are unaware of the LFX mentorships, we actually do 3 terms. It's March to May, and then June to August, and then September to November every year. So this time we have the term 1 sessions open for accepting applications. So I'd urge everybody to join and at least apply, because you have so many benefits of getting into open source and learning a lot from these opportunities. So I have also shared the link in the YouTube chat as well. And if you are watching this later, feel free to comment as well if you have other questions. But yeah, while I talk about that, if you have any questions about what Jamin and Suyin just mentioned or talked about in this session, feel free to put that in the chat and I'll be sure to ask it to them. But yeah, so we do LFX every 3 months. And so this year it's open for the spring term. And we have 3 different issues. So we have tasks, which the users, the contributors generally pick and apply to, and then we review and then pick somebody as a mentee, and then they work through it. So we have 3 of them right now at the moment, which I'll put on the YouTube chat as well for people to view. 1 second. Let me just put them one at a time. So one is based on the CI/CD pipeline that we have. We want to enhance the CI/CD pipelines, which were stale. We want to bring them back and update the Chaos CI lib to adhere to the Litmus 3.0 standards that we use right now. The other one is on the documentation. We want to improve the documentation to sort of adhere to the tech docs quality analysis feedback, and then also make more tutorials and make it more accessible for other contributors or users to get started with Litmus. And the third one is on observability, the one Suyan already discussed. So we have 3 tasks at the moment for LFX, and then we also have GSOC that we are planning to apply for. So that is what's going on for LFX, and I hope everybody applies and sees value in it. So if there's any question, feel free to put them on the chat. But for the moment, I have a couple of questions for you guys. So maybe you can answer those. All right, so you guys mentioned about the Litmus Contributions Academy for Korea, right? And also the other contributions that people generally do in open source. So when somebody applies, right, they have a lot of questions on what would they put to get selected? Like there's so many questions. Like, do I need to show them some, like show the mentors some sort of work before? Like, do I do some task to impress the mentors, or do I need to do an additional contribution for them to notice us? So what would be, according to you, and any one of you can pick this, so what would be your suggestion on like some of the common mistakes that people would make in the proposal for, let's say, if they want to get selected or apply for the Korea mentorship?
Mm,
Like how would their proposal look like, or how would their best case application look like, or how would their profile look like, that I am X persona and I am applying to this mentorship to maximize their chances of getting selected?
I think the passion to contribute on open source and a passion to communicate with other community members
Yeah.
actively is a first point to get in the portfolio or the suggestion, I think.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think, yeah. So basically being active in the community and being participating and listening to the feedback, I think. Got it. All right. So another question, which is also a very FAQ question, is like, um, how does like how do we measure the impact that we are basically doing? So whenever we are finished with the mentorship, right? So how do you think like the benefits assessed to? Because like sometimes open source is often considered like we are doing it for the community. So what benefit are we getting? So in your opinion, what do you think is like a long-term vision for people contributing to open source and such programs? What do you think they get out of it once they finish?
I think the biggest benefit is to who contribute to open source can uh, grow their career and widen their view on the world, on developing anything.
Yeah.
So, and there are a mentor to teach or guide me to contribute. So it is a very good point to.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. That sounds good. Is there anything else, Jimin, maybe you'd like to add, or we can move on to the final question?
Mm, I have similar opinion with Suyan, and
Yeah. Got
and
it.
I think biggest benefit of open contribution is I can communicate with global developers,
Yeah.
because if I didn't participate in this open source, maybe I only communicate with my country developers, but
Hmm. Makes
now
sense.
I can communicate with various countries developers. I think it's
Yeah.
biggest benefit.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I agree with that. I think one thing I can also add is you get so much connect with like network with so many other, like Jimin said. So in spite of the network thing, and also what Suyin said, like the post benefit of once you finish, it's also about you get invited to so many conferences, you get to apply to different events, and that's how you can network and grow your audience and get so many opportunities like that as well. And oftentimes when you do open source, you get noticed because of your amazing contribution, so you do get like direct offers and whatnot from open source. So, and even if you don't, then it's like a great learning curve for somebody just planning to do something in their own specific programming language or a specific area. So I definitely agree with both of your points. All right, let me move on to the last question and then we can wind it up. So based on the current previous LitmusChaos Korea Academy mentorship that you did, do you have like any feedback or any specific area that you benefited from, or like gained out of that program, which helped you, or which you would sort of encourage others to jump into that as well because they can gain this when they do it? Or like any benefit area that you see for the Litmus Korea Academy personally for you?
Mm, I think the most benefit of LitmusChaos Korea Mentorship Academy is communicate with the same interest in open source, who have the same interest in open source and communicate. And there are also benefits to apply to company. There is a very big benefits in that.
Got it. All right. I think thanks. That answers the questions, some of the questions I had. And again, if you have more questions, or whoever watching this later on, feel free to use the comment section and just comment down below, and we'll try to jump in and answer those as well. But yeah, thanks so much, Suyan and Jamin, for doing this tonight. And we hope to do this again sometimes and clarify things for other mentorship programs. And it was a great session, and it was a great time having you guys with us as well. So thank you. See you again soon, hopefully in another live or another webinar or stream soon. Thanks for joining. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.